guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 10 foods that I buy every single week without fail. So 10 food items that I kind of replenish every week, that we all eat and get through every week, that I couldn't do without. I'm hoping that watching this video will give you some inspiration for when you are on your weekly shopping, either in the supermarket or online, and you might see something here that you would pop into your basket to try yourselves. So just to give you a bit of background, my name's George. I am a mum of 3, and so we're a family of 5, so I always have to keep that in mind when I am doing our food shopping. We are also a vegan family, so all of our food will be vegan, dairy-free, egg-free, meat-free. So if that is something that you are interested in, then keep watching. So the first item is an absolute staple. In fact, I buy it with the weekly shopping, but then I do have to buy them again kind of another couple of times throughout the week just to keep on top of our stock. Many people laugh when they come around my house because I have so many of them in the bowl on the side, and they are bananas. Bananas are so fantastic and so versatile. We tend to wait until they are kind of brown and spotty before eating them, just because that's when they're at their ripest. And when they're at their ripest, they're the most easily digested. If you eat bananas when they're kind of still a bit green and hard, I think it's quite hard on the tummy to digest. So yeah, they are definitely at their ripest and sweetest when they're kind of brown and spotty. They're a fantastic snack. I mean, take one and you go. It's got its own packaging. It's so easy to kind of pop in a lunchbox or pop in your handbag when you're going to work or something. And it's a really nice filling snack that gives you a lot of energy. But not just for snacks, we use them in cooking and baking. We freeze them, so we peel them and then freeze them in little bags in the freezer, and then we use them either to make banana ice cream, where you literally just put frozen bananas in a high-speed blender and blend it up and it makes banana ice cream, or we use them in smoothies, obviously. We use them as an egg substitute, so one mashed banana can work as a replacement for an egg in some, if you're baking cookies or cakes. So yeah, they're just fruit salads, chop them up, really yummy snack, and full of energy, full of potassium, full of lots and lots of really good vitamins. On the fruit theme, staying with the fruit theme, every week I buy berries. Berries like blueberries and raspberries. We get through so many punnets of these, and I don't know why they are so expensive. I still don't know why they're so expensive, but they are. So that is my only downside with them, but they are so good for you, full of antioxidants, really fantastic at kind of keeping away colds and helping the immune system. They're sweet, so they're really great for kids because they taste almost like candy, don't they? Because they're so sweet. We use them in a whole different ways. We pop them in lots of smoothies. I pop them on top of like my porridge and also on top of my yogurt. So yeah, berries, and we sometimes get strawberries as well, but these are kind of the main two that we definitely get. We're quite particular with our berries, so my boys always get me to get the kind of, choose the punnet of blueberries with the biggest, fattest, juiciest ones. We hate it when we get those punnets and they're like those little piddly ones, so we like big, fat, plump blueberries. And raspberries are delicious as well. Another thing every week that I get is spinach. This is quite a small bag. Often I get like a big bag, because remember, spinach, especially if you are cooking it, wilts down to nothing. You can have a big bag like this, and then, you know, what's left once it's wilted down on the side of your plate is hardly anything, isn't it? But spinach is so sort of inoffensive, I find. It's really mild flavour. I eat it out the bag like this, crazy. But I do, and it's inoffensive. It doesn't have a strong taste to it. It's fantastic for hiding in smoothies. I don't actually have to hide them anymore. I sort of decided I need to start saying exactly what's in the kids' smoothies. So I lay out all the ingredients and I get them to kind of tell me what the ingredients are, and they put it all in themselves. And they will get a huge handful of spinach and put it into the blender. Now, they would never ever eat spinach like that on its own. But once it's in fact, they quite like using spinach in the smoothies because it makes it green, and they say, oh, let's have a green smoothie. But you can't taste it. So once it's coupled up with bananas and other bits and pieces in the smoothie, you just can't taste it, but you're getting all of the iron and all of the fantastic nutrients that are in spinach. So spinach is great, like I say. So yeah, I have a lot of greens in my diet, so I'll often have spinach on the side of any meal that I'm having. But yes, popping them in smoothies is a really great way if you've got kids and you're looking to kind of get their spinach uptake a bit more. Another thing that we buy, like I say, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these often, is a cucumber. So yes, I don't just get one, because once I've chopped that into cucumber sticks and we've all eaten it, you know, we kind of need more. So I definitely chop this up during the week. But cucumber is so fantastic. Again, it's inoffensive taste, isn't it? I think most kids like cucumber. Mine do. You can use it on the side of any meal just to kind of add something to it. You can obviously dip it into hummus, which is a really great way of having a snack of cucumber. You can also put cucumber in smoothies. It sounds a little odd, but it's great. It's just extra water content, bulks it up a bit. So that's a really great way of using cucumber, but it's just so cold and refreshing, isn't it? It's really nice as a snack, cucumber. So we use this in a lot of our salads, and like I say, just chopped up into cucumber sticks on the side of any meal is great. Then another kind of salad item that we have every week, and lots of them, particularly being vegan, it's a great source of fat for us, and that is an avocado. Again, got to get ripe ones, got to wait till they're ripe. If you want a really good tip that I've only recently sort of found out about knowing if an avocado is good, because you can kind of squeeze them, obviously, and you can tell if they're hard or if they are softer, but you can't always tell if you're going to open them up and they're going to be nice. So basically, when you're in the supermarket, if you pop that little, you know, seedy root bit out of the top really easily, just pop it out. And then you have a look in there. Now this one doesn't look too grand, but if you have a look in there, if it's really nice, kind of that nice light green colour, it means it's a good one. If it's kind of a bit browny, and that's when it's starting to get mouldy. So yeah, pop the little kernel out of your avocados and have a little look to see if it's a good one. But avocados, yes, like I say, they're a fantastic source of fat for us as a vegan family. And it's so versatile. Again, we can have it with pretty much anything, can't we? So we do smashed avocado on toast is so delicious. It's so creamy as a toast topping, isn't it? Obviously with things like chopped up into cubes on top of like chili con carne. We have it with fajitas, just on its own on the side, just in slices. I slice it up and put it pretty much on top of any meal, just to add that lovely creaminess, that lovely flavour, and the great kind of essential fats that avocado has. So we have lots of avocados. Another kind of fat and protein that we have a lot of, and that we get a lot of, is from nut butters. Now, these days, you can get every single nut butter under the sun, can't you? There's so many really great ones. Cashew nut butter, macadamia nut butter, almond butter. I really like almond butter. But the one that we kind of always get is this one by Pip and Nut, smooth peanut butter. We get it in a kilogram tub and we get through a lot of it. So my husband has a lot of this kind of to up his protein, and actually one of my boys hates peanut butter and one loves it. My eldest boy Zach hates peanut butter and I just don't get it. I'm still on at him like, please like it, because nut butter is the best. But yeah, he doesn't like it, whereas my middle boy Eduardo loves it. He has it in all his sandwiches, on toast. I choose this Pip and Nut one because the ingredients are just peanuts and a touch of sea salt. And that's quite rare with a lot of brands of nut butters, because they often have quite a lot of palm oil in them, or other types of oil in them. And I try to be as oil-free as possible and kind of as natural as possible. So this one works really well and tastes really nice. You can obviously make your own nut butter. So back in the day, pre-kids, I did make my own nut butter. It's really easy. I used to make almond butter, and I would just get almonds, soak them overnight in some water, and then the next day, literally whiz the almonds up in the high-speed food blender processor, and you've got almond butter. Always tastes good when you make something like that yourself, doesn't it? But yes, for convenience, we now buy a massive tub of this, and that works really well for us. Oh, another thing that I buy every single week. I am the main consumer of this, but I use it a lot in like baking for the kids and stuff. So they are almost all gone. Medjool dates. Now, when I was a child and people used to talk about dates, I used to think of those shriveled up, weird, dry fruit things. And used to think, yuck. I used to think, oh, they're just that kind of thing that comes out at Christmas time. Anyway, not anymore. Not when you get fresh dates. This is the kind of difference. You know, you don't want to get them like where they have dried apricots in that aisle. You want fresh dates, literally where the fruit is in your supermarket, where the fruit is, where the bananas are. That's where you want to get your fresh dates from. And if you get them fresh, and medjool ones, I really like medjool dates. They are so soft, so sticky, so gooey, so caramelly. They are literally like a sweet. If you eat a date just on its own, you pop the seed out, it's like caramel, tastes like caramel. So they're amazing. I pop them in my porridge. They're just really fantastic. You can, like I say, they're a great sweetener. So, but a natural whole food, healthy sweetener. So when in recipes and things, when it's asking for sugar, pop dates in. Dates can be your sweetener. So yeah, I get through a big tub of these. Like I say, you can snack on them just on their own. They're such a great snack. They're quite high calorie as well. So if you kind of need to get some more calories into your kids, pop them into smoothies. They make the smoothie extra sweet. But yeah, make sure you get the fresh ones, and the medjool ones are the nicest. Then every week we get loads and loads of milk, but obviously dairy-free milk. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't actually know many people anymore that drink cow's milk, not even when they're not vegan, just because the dairy-free milk just went crazy, didn't it? And now they taste so yummy, and there's so many different kind of nut milks or coconut milk or oat milk. There's a milk for kind of everything, isn't there? You have one milk that's good on porridge and one that's good in coffees, but people I know so many people now who aren't vegan, but who hands down have dairy-free milks. So for the boys, I get them the Alpro Junior Soya Milk. I get them this one because it's got all the added vitamins and calcium. And for me, I don't actually drink milk like by the glass or anything like that. I literally just have splashes of it here and there. So like a splash on porridge sometimes, or if I'm having a little bowl of cereal. And I get this one, which is by the brand Innocent, and it's their almond milk. And I get this one because it has just 3 ingredients: almonds, spring water, what were the ingredients? Almonds, spring water, and sea salt, which is fab. And again, back when I was making my own almond butter, I also used to make my own almond milk. It was super easy. Again, you soak the almonds, you whiz them up with some water in a blender, and then you just get one of those nut bags and you kind of milk your almonds. So the pulp that comes out, you kind of squeeze it all, and the pulp stays in the nut bag, and all the lovely almond milk comes out. And I used to keep that in the fridge, and that was lovely, fresh like that. But this is the next best thing: super fresh, no extra ingredients, no extra sugar. It's just so not necessary to have added sugar in milk. Unfortunately, this one does have added sugar, but I get this one for the boys because obviously it's got the extra vitamins and the calcium in it. And I use milk, like I said, they have milk a little bit in the mornings and sometimes before bed. They have it on their cereal. I use it when I'm mashing up potato, in any kind of recipes, things like that. So they have that Alpro soya one, and at the moment I have this almond one, but there are so many dairy-free milks. If you haven't already found your favourite, I would definitely recommend finding a dairy-free milk, because they're the best. Another thing that we buy every single week is pasta. Get through this at a rate of knots. My kids are pasta fiends. You know what kids are like. I mean, pasta is just such a great, they love pasta. They'll always ask for pasta. And, you know, sometimes you think, oh, having too much pasta. Well, you know, you don't need to worry, because this is white pasta, but we do have a whole variety in the cupboard of different pastas they will eat. So I mix it up. I do wholemeal pasta. Nowadays, you can easily buy, you used to have to buy them from like the health food stores. I used to get like my lentil pasta from the health food store, but now all the supermarkets do it, which is fantastic. You can get lentil pasta, you can get like green pea pasta, edamame spaghetti made from edamame beans. So try those ones out as well, just so that you're not always having the kind of refined white pasta. But yeah, pasta's great because any sauce, you can kind of add all kinds of things to it. So one that Eduardo loves, pesto pasta. That's fine, okay. But I will easily add to that. And again, he knows, it's not like but he can't taste it, so he's not bothered. But I add to that a tablespoon of hemp seeds, which give him some fantastic protein and a whole variety of other nutrients. And I also put nutritional yeast in there, which has added B12 in it. And then the pesto, and then some of this. Tomato sausage, you can whack loads of vegetables, roast a few vegetables, and then blend it up with some tomato sauce. So yeah, there's loads of things you can do with pasta. I mean, pasta is such a staple, but it really is in my family. All the boys eat a lot of it, so I keep it in this nice big jar and top that up, like I say, every week. I can't believe I've left this one till the end because it is just my most favourite, and I have to buy about 5 of these every week just because I eat so much. Oats. I put these in my March favourites as well. I'm going to have to do an entire video on these. Oats are such a staple, so good for you, especially at the moment while I'm breastfeeding. Oats are really good to kind of keep milk supply up, so it's really good to eat oats. So now I must have a great milk supply because I eat oats so much. So every single day for my lunch, I have the most mahoosive bowl of oats. But I've become a bit of an oats connoisseur, and it's not just any old oats that will do. So these are the ones that I get all the time now. They're by Rude Health, and they're the sprouted organic porridge oats. They sound a bit la-di-da, but they're fantastic. And, you know, because sometimes porridge oats, if they're not sprouted like this, they can not have a great texture. These kind of make their porridge have a nice texture, a really kind of nice thick cut consistency, and not kind of, you know, too runny, basically. And I really like having that texture to the porridge that I make. So these are the ones I have. Like I say, I eat it every single day. Just cook it with water, simple as. Pop a chopped up date in there. What else do I pop in there? Maca powder, which is really good for hormones. And then I just top it with my favourite figs and bananas. And it's fantastic. So definitely oats. Also, Zach really likes porridge in the mornings, so I make porridge for him with a little bit of maple syrup on the top, but that will always go in our basket. So that is everything. Those are the 10 things. I kind of managed to sneak a couple of extras. So with the berries, they were one item, but I did sort of blueberries and raspberries together. But those are the 10 items that I find myself buying every single week at the moment. They're real staples for us. They're all mostly healthy things, and they're just things that we get through and that we're really enjoying at the moment. I'd be so interested to know what things you buy every single week without fail. You pop them in your shopping basket without even thinking, what kind of things you're enjoying. And if you try out any of the 10 foods that we eat regularly, please do comment below and let me know what you thought of them. Thanks so much for watching. Please join me again for another video soon. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.